Impala Films presents Haunted, the audio drama. Season 2, Episode 2, Prom Night. Part 2 of 4, written by Jamie Evans.
The best time to nose around a school is after hours, of course. Failing that, though, recess makes a good opportunity for some stealthy sleuthing. The children are outside preoccupied with their games and gossip, whilst the weary teachers scurry off to their poorly heated teachers' lounge for a quick cup of stale coffee from a machine nobody has bothered to replace in 30 years. I'll admit, there is something odd about a school when nobody is around. Something unnerving. They're not really spaces made for quiet. They're made for hustle and bustle and the flow of... except one straggler left behind. Excuse me, I don't think... You!
Ah, we meet again, Mr. Hunter. I knew our paths would cross sooner or later.
I heard you were in Byzantigrad. Fancied a vacation?
Sloth is one of the deadly sins, Mr. Hunter. You should be more careful about how often you practice it.
Sloth? I said vacation. Who said anything about sloth? I forgot how infuriating talking to you Bible bashers can be.
Your juvenile attempts to insult my faith will not succeed in riling me. A prophet came to me in exile and showed me the way back from my misguided path. Showed me the true way of wisdom.
Oh good, so you're not a serial killer anymore. Excellent, that's good news.
No, Mr. Hunter. The good mother showed me how wrong I had been in justifying my desire to kill.
Sounds like a real positive development.
She showed me that there is no need to justify. My urge to kill is part of me because God wills it. It is my divine gift.
Okay, that's less positive. Wait, tell me what you're doing here. Why are you rifling through... Is that a class photo album?
I wouldn't expect you to understand the divine work I'm doing, Mr. Hunter.
Okay, one more question, just one.
Go on.
Carl Trevino. Why is he looking for you?
Who?
Carl Trevino. This tall, slick-back hair, sort of looks like if Dracula had a baby with a magician.
I do not know this man. He is irrelevant, and you are stalling for time.
Oh, yes, time. I forgot. I'm taking this, by the way.
No! Trapped like a frightened animal in a cage.
Recess is over. Any minute now, this hallway is going to be flooded with students. That's an awful lot of witnesses, Theo.
The bell may have saved you this time, Mr. Hunter, but the day will come when the bell no longer tolls in your favor.
I really hate that guy.
I repeat, what the fuck just happened?
You know as much as I do, Dan.
What's wrong? What happened?
What's wrong? James, I thought we were here investigating a freaky little girl. A, as in one.
And?
They're all fucking nuts, man.
What is going on?
Dan, calm down. Come on. Calm down. Here, have some water.
Will one of you tell me what is going on?
Something really strange just happened. We were in the playground when all of a sudden, all of the students surrounded one of the teachers. James, they were moving like they were possessed. You should have seen it. They were like insects with a hive mind, all moving in unison.
Just normal students?
Yes. They were all behaving perfectly normally and then, boom, freakazoid mode.
It was their phones. They all got a notification on their phones at the exact same time. They all read it and went strange.
What happened to this teacher they surrounded?
We tried to get to her, James, but they were blocking us. They Herded is the only word I can think of. They herded her out into the road and then another teacher hit her with her car.
What?
We called an ambulance and they've took her to a hospital. They think she'll live, but she's broken a leg and at least a couple of ribs.
What about the student?
As soon as it was over, they all snapped out of it and went back into school. It was like they didn't even know they'd done it.
What? I've never heard of anything like this before.
Well, this is much bigger than some girl about to go carry on everyone at prom. So we need to work out what's happening here, because that was one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life.
What about back in Greenvale?
Oh, that was chaos. The signal drove everyone mad, and I'm not saying that wasn't intense, but these kids, they were ordered like
Puppets?
soldiers. They were like troops obeying orders, unthinking, unfeeling.
Excellent. Sounds like this might be a longer case than we thought. I'm afraid I too have met with some complications.
Go on.
Theo Harper is here.
The Greenvale serial killer.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yes, Abigail, and no, Dan, I am not kidding. I caught him in a classroom trying to steal this. It's a class photo album.
What could that psycho want here?
Well, this page is dog-eared. Look at this. It's a photo of the whole year group. Look who's standing off to the side, nobody around her.
That's Ruby Williamson. Jesus Christ, that poor girl. The entire school seems to hate her.
How does someone end up with an entire school disliking them?
Almost like a hive mind.
You think it's connected to what we saw in the playground?
I don't know. What I do know is that Ruby Williamson has only been in this school for 6 months and was almost immediately disliked. I also know her home situation isn't the best, so I'm going to go and talk to her parents.
Do you have her address?
I'll get it from the records office. Pay Mum and Dad a visit before she gets out of school. What time do schools usually close these days?
3:15.
3:15? Is that it? There's still half the day left at that point.
He is so weird. Right. What the hell do we do now?
I hate to say it, but I think we need to talk to more of these kids.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say that.
Hey, bestie. So, I just wanted to ask you about,
Whoa. What are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm literally totally not doing anything.
Are you pretending to be one of the students?
For real, I am one of the students. I just transferred.
Were you held back 10 times? You're clearly in your 20s.
Okay, I'm not a student. I'm 25. Anti-aging moisturiser, my arse.
It's okay, baby. Jimmy J happens to like older women.
Ooh.
Can you tell me what happened today?
Today?
To the teacher in the playground.
Oh, I know, right? Wasn't that crazy?
Yes, yeah, cray. But do you remember what happened?
Not really. I was looking at Insta updates on my phone, but she probably should have just watched where she was walking, right? I mean, look both ways, am I right?
Right.
I've been asking about a student called Ruby Williamson.
Oh, Ruby. Yeah, I know Ruby. Everyone knows Ruby.
How so?
Well, she's the school weirdo, isn't she? She just transferred here 6 months ago. Apparently not far from here, but I swear it's like she's from the moon.
Why do you dislike her so much?
What do you mean?
Williamson. Ruby Williamson.
Yeah, I know who we're talking about. I just don't understand the question.
Why does everybody hate her so much? What did she do?
I don't know what you're even talking about.
I've been asking some of your fellow students about Ruby Williamson.
Yeah, I know Ruby. She's a little weird. Keeps herself to herself mostly, though. Doesn't really hurt anybody.
Really? Because the impression I've gotten is that nobody cares for her.
Yeah, I don't really know why that is. I don't hate her or anything. I don't know. I guess I just don't go out of my way to talk to her.
So I've got a girl nobody likes, but nobody knows why they don't like her.
Sorry, I couldn't be any more help.
It's not your fault, Jasper. Oh, but hey, can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Those pink bands you wear, where did that trend come from?
Grace started it.
Grace started it.
Grace started it.
Grace started it.
Yeah, Grace started it.
Are we getting old, Abby? Is that it? Are we out of touch now? I spent the last hour talking to these kids and I've no idea what half of them are saying.
Were you getting the same shit as me?
Nobody knows why they dislike Ruby, just that they do.
Yeah. What the hell is that about?
I thought for sure after talking to the principal that it would be because she's got some freaky Carrie type deal going on. But now I'm not so sure that it is. Not one kid I spoke to mentioned anything about psychic powers.
It's more like something implanted the idea of hatred in their minds. There's no rhyme or reason for it, it's just there.
But who?
Actually, I have an idea. I think it might be the same person who got them all wearing those pink armbands.
You look upset.
You know those weird adults have been hanging around all day?
Yeah.
They're pulling people into talk. Some people have been asking about what happened to Mrs. Richards, others about Chelsea. Everyone's been asking about Ruby.
Oh, I am so tired of hearing about Ruby Williamson.
What did she ever do to you?
What do you mean? She's a freak.
Oh, how can you say that?
Oh, we've all seen her, Jasper. Talking to herself, reading those awful dull books, and we all saw what she did in social studies that one time.
The thing with the windows. Grace, the teacher said that was just a strong wind.
We both know it wasn't. The teacher told her off, she got angry, and those windows started rattling like 100 fists were hammering on them. She's dangerous.
I just think maybe we never really gave her a chance.
Your shirt's untucked.
So?
I don't like it that way. You look scruffy.
What do you...
Tuck your shirt in, Jasper!
Okay. How's that?
Better. Look, can we stop talking about Ruby and Mrs. Richards and poor Chelsea? I don't want to dwell on the past. I want to think about our future. You know, maybe a few nights from now.
What are you talking about?
Are you going to make me spell it out?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Prom, Jasper! Jesus Christ! You can be so dense sometimes. I'm talking about prom, and I'm wondering why you haven't asked me yet. Is there someone else? Oh, there is, isn't there?
No, Grace, no. It's not that.
I heard you like Chelsea anyway.
I went out with Chelsea like one time 4 weeks ago. There wasn't anything going on there. I just didn't think you were interested in me.
Why not?
Well, you always came across so cool and aloof. I figured you didn't care.
Oh, Jasper, you're so adorable. I'm an influencer. Duh. How bad would it look to people if they knew I'd had to prompt a guy to ask me to prom?
Wait, nobody else asked?
Don't be ridiculous. They all asked, Jasper. It's me.
Of course.
So? Ask me to prom, Jasper.
Right. Yes, of course. Would you like to go to prom with me, Grace?
Oh, Jasper. Of course I would.
Wait. Did I just...
You asked me to prom, silly. What is wrong with you today?
Nothing. I mean, I do want to go to prom with you, Grace. It's just, well, rumour through the grapevine is that Principal Warwick is cancelling prom.
What?
Apparently in respect of Chelsea's memory, and now Mrs. Richardson's...
Fuck them! I worked hard on those prom decorations. I deserve my prom. We are going to see about this.
Grace? Grace!
Thank you for agreeing to see me.
Not a problem, Mr. Unser. To be honest, we're just glad Ruby's getting the help that she needs from the school.
She's had a hard time fitting in, you see. She's not very sociable, is the thing. She's very quiet, and she spends hours and hours with her nose in a book.
I've seen Ruby's academic record. She's certainly a very bright young woman. Fantastic grades in nearly every subject.
Thank you. We're very proud of her.
I understand your concern in wanting Ruby to make friends, but I don't think there's much need to panic at the moment. Ruby could simply be an introverted personality. It may be that she feels much happier when she's alone, and at the end of the day, isn't her happiness what's important?
Oh, of course.
I wondered if perhaps she might have a touch of that old autistic disease. I've read about it online.
Well, it's not a disease, Mr. Williamson. It's just a different way that some people work.
But it does make people struggle to socialise.
Sometimes that is the case.
Well, could she have it?
I'm not a doctor, Mrs. Williamson. Is there a family history of autism?
Oh, we don't actually know that. Didn't the school explain Ruby's situation to you?
They're limited in what they can tell me without your permission, confidentiality and all that.
Ruby is our daughter, but we're not her biological parents.
She's adopted.
That's right. A little over 6 months ago from an orphanage just over in Boltford.
And you weren't given any information on her biological parents?
Nothing. Apparently, they passed away when Ruby was only a young girl.
A car accident when she was 7. Tragic, that.
When she was 7, you say?
That's right.
I see. Mrs. Williamson, have you...
What's that?
Hi, Jack. Hi, Judy. Oh, it's you. I've seen you at school.
Hi, Ruby. This is Mr. James Hunter. He's been working at the school assisting Mrs. Marwood with some of her work.
Oh, what are you doing home from school early?
Oh, I felt a little unwell, so they let me come home.
Why didn't the school ring us? We could have come and picked you up.
That's okay. I chose to walk. The fresh air helped. I'm going to go to my room.
OK, sweetie.
Hello?
Hello, Ruby.
Mr. Hunter?
Oh, please forget the mister. You can just call me James.
James. The school hired you because of me, didn't they? They think I'm a freak, don't they?
They tell me that you're having a hard time.
I told Miss Marwood before, I don't care if the other students don't like me. It doesn't bother me.
Doesn't it?
I'm used to being alone. I don't need friends. Grace won't let me have any anyways.
Grace?
She's the most popular girl in school. Everyone thinks she's so cool and they all run to do whatever she says. Cheap.
It frustrates you, doesn't it?
Huh?
Watching these kids who've had easy lives free of hardship struggle to muster so much as an individual thought. To watch them going along with trends, it doesn't make sense to you, because the thirst for knowledge comes so easy to you. Questions occur in your head all the time, and you hunger for answers, and you can't understand how others don't feel it too.
How did you know that?
Because I'm a lot like you, Ruby.
Grown-ups always say that when they want you to talk to them.
They do, but I mean it. I grew up in an orphanage as well. I lost my parents when I was 7 years old, in a car accident, just like you.
Whoa, that's weird.
Small world, eh? Ruby, you know there's a rumour about you at school.
That I can move things?
Can you?
See the lamp there?
Yeah? Amazing.
I can do small stuff pretty easily now. It takes a lot more concentration to move bigger things.
How long have you been able to do this?
I don't remember. I think I used to do it in the orphanage. I think they even encouraged it. I have memories of a table with different coloured balls and moving them into different parts. I can never remember properly.
All your memories of the orphanage are like this. Clouded, mixed up.
Yeah.
Now that's one coincidence too many for my liking.
What do you mean?
Do you think you could sneak out of here?
Yeah. Jack and Judy mean well. They're good people, but they're not very observant.
Okay. Meet me at the corner in 10 minutes. We're going to visit the orphanage.
Fantastic. Another Ofsted inspection. Feels like we only just got done with the last one. Come in. Ah, Grace. How can I help?
Is it true you're cancelling prom?
First of all, young lady, I don't appreciate your...
Is it true?
In light of the recent tragedies, we feel it is a respectful thing to do.
You can't do this to me.
Grace, I really think you are reacting disproportionately to this.
Disproportionately?
It is just a party, after all.
Just a party? Just a party? Prom is much more than that. It's my coming out party. The moment everyone in this school will declare their love for me.
I think I better call Miss Marwood.
Do not touch that phone.
What? What is this?
Reverse your decision to cancel prom.
The decision has been made, young lady.
You know I can force you to reverse it, so why don't you just do it?
I have been the headmaster of this school for 15 years. I have never and will never be forced into anything by a little girl.
Okay, I see. You want a taste of my power? Log onto your computer, Mr. Warwick.
What? No.
Open up your emails. New message to the board of directors.
How are you doing this?
I'm an influencer. I can and I will ruin your entire life if you cross me. Believe me, I can do much more than make you reinstate prom. I'm much more creative than that. Would you like to see?
Please stop this.
Type the following. Dear colleagues, I write to you to confess a most terrible secret.
No.
I have failed in my duties as an educator. I have failed to ignore more intrusive thoughts.
Stop this! Stop this at once!
I tried so hard to resist, but the urges were just too much.
What is wrong with you? You're sick!
I cannot get over the guilt of what I have done to some of the students in my care. I know that when I'm caught I would be branded a monster, and so I have taken the coward's way out and chosen to take my own life.
Stop this at once. Please don't do this.
No, Mr. Warwick. I want you to hold the pointer finger of your right hand over the Senki. With your left hand, pick up those scissors on your desk and... let's see. Place the tip right up to your left eye. Do you see now, Mr. Warwick? Do you see how powerful I am?
Yes, please. Mercy.
Does it make you feel small to be beaten by a little girl? Do you feel inadequate? Pathetic?
Yes, please, anything you want. Please, don't make me send the email.
Then give me what I want. You may use the intercom.
This is Principal Warwick speaking. I know some of you may have heard rumours that we're going to be cancelling prom this year. I just wanted to confirm that prom is still going to go ahead.
Tell them you're moving it up. Promise tomorrow night now. I'm tired of waiting for my moment.
But that will cost...
The email.
Okay. Also, we're moving prom up a few days. Prom will now take place tomorrow night. That is all.
Good boy. So obedient. I imagine the rest of the teachers will want to talk to you now, so I'd better leave. One last thing, Mr. Warwick.
Yes?
You can delete the email and put down the scissors. You will remember nothing from our conversation, and from this moment forward, you will believe that the decision to reinstate prom has been yours and yours alone. Understand?
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh, Grace. I'm sorry, did you want something?
Nothing at all, Mr. Warwick. Just checking up on you.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
All so easy.
Starring Jamie Evans as James Hunter, Isabella Barbieri as Abigail Corbin, and Luke Hunter as Dan Cowell. Also featuring Phoebe Elizabeth Royal, Harry McElroy, Linda Clark, Tom McCarthy, Megan Rose Buxton, Benton Hodges, Edina Hadley, David Anthony Green, Kevin Stemp, Shayla Tharp. Haunted, the audio drama, is created by Jamie Evans, with all episodes produced and directed by Jamie Evans and Benton Hodges. Audio engineering by Benton Hodges and Jamie Evans. Haunted is a production of Impala Films and is recorded at Free Sprite Media Studios, with special thanks to Duncan Newham for equipment support. Opening and closing themes by James Crow. Thank you for listening to this audio presentation. Come back next week for the next exciting chapter of Haunted, the audio drama.